Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 21506 Southeast Oak Street here in Gresham. We're located at the rear of the home. We've got a 3-inch cast iron cleanout. This will be the point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We currently have water running. Here we go. There's quite a bit of, I don't know if it's debris. When I first opened the cleanout up, there was a whole bunch of junk. Looked like bark dust and God knows what else was in there. So I ran the hose through to try and clear some of it out. But we'll take a better look at the beginning, this very first foot or two of the pipe on the way back when it's drained out. It does transition here at about 2 feet. It's kind of hard to see with the trans because of the water in there. But it looks like it's switching over to, it's definitely ABS plastic pipe. I just can't see the diameter right now. We'll call it 3-inch. I'm going to keep the camera moving kind of quick. We'll pull back slower on the way back out. The line drained out. Alrighty, here at 96 feet, we have reached the main lateral. On the way back, I'll call out the transition. It switched over to concrete at some point there, and we'll let the line drain out completely before pulling back. Okay, most of the water is now drained out. I'm going to start reeling back here. And here it was at a 73 feet where it switches over to, goes from, I believe, 3-inch ABS. Again, it's hard to see the transition at the beginning. It looks like it's going from 3-inch pipe here to 6-inch concrete. That's 73 feet out. And the concrete portion of the line there is draining nicely. I don't see any roots coming through any joints or anything like that, which is a good sign. The concrete's in fairly decent shape, especially for the age of the line. My biggest concerns for the line are actually as we come back towards the beginning of the sewer. We do have a little bit of standing water here. It's very minimal. We're talking like a 1/16 of an inch or less. But when we get back to this point here, this is significantly more standing water than what we were just seeing there. The water level is over the top of the camera head, which means that there is at least an inch of standing water here in this spot. I'm going to pull this back here to see if there's any other standing water issues towards the beginning. Okay, so we're back here at the all the way back to the clean out, and as you can see here, I cannot unfortunately run the camera back into the crawl space, but it does appear that we've got standing water starting in the crawl space. I don't know how far back it actually goes, but I don't have access to go back that direction. And looks like right off the bat we're looking at least an inch of standing water here. And when the water level reaches that inch mark, that's when bellies begin to be concerning. Anything less than that usually does not affect things all that badly, but you can see how much debris was sitting in that standing water. There's quite a lot floating around, and again in this spot here too. There's a ton of dirt and junk right inside the clean out, so I'm not sure how that got in there. It's possible some of this debris is from that, but either way you can see how it's getting stuck. So the major part of the belly here dissipates at sorry, it just keeps going and going. Now, towards the end of the belly here, it's relatively minimal, but I am going to recommend a repair to correct the slope and grade so that the line can drain out properly through here. When you've got, I mean, it's about 30 feet or more of standing water, and again, the belly in the line, actually, belly and standing water, they're synonymous. I'm not trying to be confusing. The belly causes the standing water, but it does appear that the standing water actually starts inside the crawl space. So whenever you've got that much standing water, it's significant how much it slows down the debris and everything as it comes through the pipe, and it can very easily cause a blockage, and especially lead to debris buildup over time. So that's why I'm going to recommend a repair. You can kind of baby lines along like this, but it requires hydrojetting on a routine basis, which is high pressure water cleaning, probably every year to 2 years to keep the debris buildup to a minimum. So if a repair is not done, I would highly recommend doing routine drain cleaning. And definitely avoid things like paper towels, grease, and even flushable wipes, and definitely large wads of toilet paper. Bellies are very unforgiving for stuff that shouldn't go down the line, and big, large wads of debris going down the line, even if it is toilet paper. So I'm going to go ahead and try and locate here and mark the repair out. All right, marked and located right here at the end of the belly, 31 feet out. We are at 2 feet deep here, so pretty darn shallow. Depths that are that shallow, though, can make it tricky to grade the line properly all the way out just because it's the shallow depth. But the line comes out the back and then wraps around and comes up the right side of the home if you're looking at the house from the front, or from the street looking at the front of the house. Comes out the back, wraps around the right side, and goes out to the out to Southeast Oak Street. Now I'm going to do a couple markings. I marked with a white X. There's a lot of debris or leaves and stuff on the ground, so it's not a very clear marking, but I did it nice and big so it's obvious. And it's white paint. I'll do another marking here. I'm going to try and find the 90-degree turn. Now here's where it 90s. I'll do another marking here at about 15 feet out. Okay, we're still here at about 2 feet deep. And then right here it wraps around the side of the house and comes back to the clean out here. I'll do another marking right about here. Alright, it's still about 2 feet where we've kind of rounded the back corner here. And I'll just do another marking kind of right before the clean out so it's obvious. But the repair guys will have to do some hunting around in the crawl space to see how far that belly goes back into there, especially because it's cast iron pipe, very rough and porous. It will snag debris regardless of how well the line drains out because of how rough it is. So when you have standing water accompanied with about 1.5 inches of standing water, it does a lot to catch debris. So it's important to hunt down and see where that belly begins inside the crawl space. Unfortunately, I cannot scope into that direction from the clean out here. So again, I recommend a spot repair to correct the slope and grade. I've been able to find it from the clean out to 31 feet. And again, I know I've said it a bunch of times, find where the belly starts in the crawl space and start the repair there so that it will drain out properly. Everything else is draining fine once you get past that belly. And it would be a good idea, depending on how much debris is found in the crawl space, to do a hydrojet and clean all the junk out of the pipe. But again, I can't see that. The repair guys will have to do some due diligence there.